we have other, we have different lives now. So that's why I don't show up all the time. That's what. Welcome back, everybody. Just about a minute 45 until more roller derby. Yeah, like I have a whole other volunteer life that takes a lot of my time, so I can't give it. But I'm always open if anybody wants to Ready? Welcome back. It's time for game 10 of this awesome tournament. Who's excited for some roller derby? You always have to say it twice. Who is excited for some roller derby? One guy is over there clapping and happy, excited for roller derby. All right. I am Lulu Guru. I am joined on the mic by Shifty Hips.
Howdy, I'm Shifty Hips.
We're about to get started with the Renegades in red and the Killer Bees in white. Rolling whistle. And that's the start. We got a couple jammers off the line. Number 404, Fatal Error, wearing the star for the Killer Bees.
And it looks like that
Spaz
for the Renegade red. And after getting recycled back to the back of the pack, Spaz is trying to make the way back up to the front. Fatal Error is up there pushing through and got through. Fatal Error is the lead jammer. Looks like we've got a cross cut track penalty called. The Renegades jammer is headed to the box, so Fatal Error's got a half minute of time alone on the track to try to make some points before there's competition comes back.
Yes, indeed. We've got Fatal Error on a power jam, and what a way for the Killer Bees to start. Fatal Error showing really strong skating yesterday, picking up lots and lots of points for the Killer Bees. So this is a great start for the Killer Bees in this first game, second game, third game of the day. However many games it is. Faz back out on the track now. And Fatal Error falls off the jam.
So 8 points early on. I'm sorry, 11 points for the Bees.
11 points. Big first jam. Big first blood for the Killer Bees.
Looks like we got Raycon. Yes, Raycon, the Destroyer, going up for the Bees.
Lining up against Stitches, number 19.
Raycon muscling through. And a little spin move past that last defender. So Raycon is the lead jammer. Stitches is right there. We got some jammer on jammer shoving.
Good offense and defense being played by both these jammers.
Raycon got tapped out of bounds. Has to go back to the back of the pack.
Raycon hits the ground and calls off that jam. Let's real quick meet these skaters with the Killer Bees. We've got number 3, Rumble Guppy, number 10, Ruby, Roundhouse, 106, Ferdinand, 13, Felon Melon, 14, Slamble, 187, Belle of the Brawl, number 2, Night Terror, 2010, Princess Leia, 312, Slimy Booger, 34, The Postman, 404, Fatal Error, number 22, Batitude, 68, Greatcon the Destroyer, 710, Boo Boo, 711, Just Kevin, 88, Bubble Basher, and 911, Chaos. We'll meet the Renegades in a little while here. Meanwhile, Fatal Error picking up lead jammer.
And Faz is coming in. Big leap over the apex there. Right on Fatal Error's heels. Coming around the bottom of the track now.
Both jammers picking up 4 points on that trip around.
And Fatal Error has a little jump of his own. They're staying close together. It's two jammer. First little jammer on jammer action there to make it more exciting.
Looks like the pivot for the Renegades heading to the penalty box.
Faz tried to follow across the apex and didn't quite make it. Got shoved and out of bounds in the middle.
Faz taking a hard hit down on turn 3.
Back up on the feet. Knocked right back down again by your Bees.
It's going to be a trouble spot right there, I think. Faz getting recycled. You know, Fatal Error steps right around number 17, Guinea Pig. Heads out on yet another scoring run and calls off the jam. Big 20-point jam for Fatal Error. Bringing the total currently to 33 Bees, 15 Renegades.
Big scores and some big hits early on in this game.
Let's very quickly get the rundown for the Renegades. Number 1, Skatey Bell. 106, Mad Hatter. 11, Blueberry Slam Cakes. 13, Slave Worries. 143, Zigzag. 17, Guinea Pig. 19, Stitches. Number 24, Quad Freya. Number 4, Pipsqueak. Number 5, Shark Fin. Number 58, Yoda. Number 68, Foxtail. 700, Siren. 87, Shredder. And 97, Faz.
And we've got some impressive hits here. Yoda is jamming for the Renegades. Shoved around there by the Bees. Right back up on their feet. And made it through. Yoda is the lead jammer.
And Yoda picks up lead jammer. This is the first time that the Renegades have had lead jammer this game.
And Graycon's trying to get through. Shoved out on the inside lane. Got a few skaters hit the floor, and Graycon's coming around horn for another scoring pass. Looks like that gets called short. Yoda into the jam. got Slayer Voorhees up jamming for the Renegades. Going against Fatal Error. Slay weaving back and forth across lanes laterally. Can't quite get through still. And Slay takes brute force approach and claims lead jammer status. And Slay runs hard into the defender. Calls the jam off the ground. It's like 0-point jam there for that last one.
Number 19 Stitches lining up for the Renegades. Oh, and we do have a timeout being requested. Maybe, maybe not.
Official timeout.
Just trying to get that timeout up on the clock. There we go. Official timeout officially called. Quick shout out to our sponsors, the Pie Pizzeria. They've been sponsoring roller derby for a very long time. Best pizza in Utah. Check out the pie if you haven't already. I don't know why you haven't. Also, 187 killer pads for all those excellent roller derby pads. Keep these knees and ankles and elbows and wrists safe. Derby Warehouse and, of course, Dick's Sporting Good. They gave a generous donation to us as Junior Roller Derby for the Dick's Sports Matters grant. So, huge thank you to Dick's.
Alrighty, looks like scores and times have been adjusted.
Score currently 18 Renegades, 33 Killer Bees. We've got Stitches on the line for the Renegades. Felon Melon jamming for the Killer Bees.
First time we've seen Felon Melon here in this game jamming. Trying to find a way through those defenders. Held up in the back there.
Stitches busts through. Lead jammer. Stitches for the Renegades.
Quick star pass there from looks like our new jammer flopping out of bounds. The Rumble Guppy. And Guppy shoves their way through.
That is number 3, Rumble Guppy. Successful star pass, but Stitches calls off the jam.
Looks like we got Yoda lining up to jam for the Renegades.
Towing the line for the Killer Bees, it's 404, Fatal Error. Jammer's off the line. Fatal Error dealing with a pretty strong blocking from number 68. That's Foxtail. But Fatal Error does make it through. Lead Jammer, Killer Bees, and Fatal Error.
Looks like Postman been sent to the timeout box. Penalty. Yoda smashes past most of the defenders, but held up there at the end by Night Terror.
It's like Yoda had a little bit of trouble there with that hit, but she just keeps getting back up, so.
Grabbing a little whip off the Foxtail jersey, nudged out of bounds again. Fatal Error. Fatal Error's coming around for another scoring pass.
Fatal error passes at the star to the pivot. Number 700, Siren. Now jamming.
Big hit knocks Siren out, down in the center of the track.
That was by number 34, the postman.
Fatal error takes the fall also. Tough defense by both of these teams. Really sturdy defenders.
Fatal error, sick of it, calls it off. That was a messy jam. Big 16 points there by Fatal Error, bringing the Bees up to 49.
All right, it looks like the Bees are starting off a little bit short players, but official timeout is called before we can start the action.
Looks like Yoda's going to head over to the medics to get checked out. I think that 1-2 punch that took her down twice in a row might have been a little too much. This is a full contact sport. Lots of potential for injuries, minor and major. Number 68, Greycon Destroyer, wearing the star for the Bees. Stitches jamming for the Renegades.
Slips through the inside. Stitches is the lead jammer. Dracon getting buffeted about there at the back of the pack. Stitches tumbles to the ground but pops right back up. Quick 4 points. And Graycon's made it through now. Coming up on their first scoring pass. Stitches calls off the jam.
Looks like might be an injury. Skater not getting up. Yeah, medic's heading over to go check out that skater.
Take a pause here, let the medics do their thing.
And make some noise for that skater. I can't see who it is, but
Leaving upright on their own skates, that's always a good sign.
definitely.
Right, the officials are signaling we're going to start a new jam here. Now both pivots, or I'm sorry, both jammers are up line, but Bees are down. Yeah, Bees are down a couple blockers. There's
like-
the whistle.
Looks like Fatal Error wearing the star for the Bees. Having a lot of trouble with that.
Slave Voorhees
Serious.
shoved around in the middle, recycled to the back of the pack.
Baz recycling Fatal Error all the way back to the jam line.
There we go. Slave Voorhees is lead jammer.
Renegades are really taking that lead jammer thing back.
Tough hit by number 2, Night Terror defender. There's some recycles. Slave Voorhees way back.
I don't think Fatal Errors made it out of the first straightway.
Now they've done it. Fatal Error is on, and Slave Voorhees calling the end of the jam from the floor. Alrighty, we've got some fresh skaters out on the track. Looks like Stitches jamming for Renegades.
Greycon the Destroyer wearing the star for the Philippines.
timeout called by the Bees.
Pretty exciting start to this game.
I'll say. A lot of good hard hits. Resilience in these young athletes is always amazing to me. They can bounce back after just about anything.
Yeah, the athleticism, the toughness, their speed, all of it always amazes me. It's like the best thing about roller derby is just watching these incredible athletes doing this like completely independent thing, and you never know when you're watching like the next incredible skater that's going to just set the track on fire.
Yeah, I think the future of roller derby is in good hands with these young
And it looks like we're getting back to some roller derby. Gem number 10 going into it with a 34-52. Killer Bees in the lead.
Got official timeout.
Of course, the Killer Bees are all the way from Dallas, Texas. It's quite a ways to come for this tournament. It's awesome to welcome them. Taking a break because the medics are quite busy, and so rather than have any more roller derby and not have medics available just in case, just going to hold the game for a little bit while the medics deal with the current issues.
We'll say you have to have at least one medic whose attention is on the track, so we're going to just sit tight here until we get to that point.
And I got that wrong. The Killer Bees are not from Dallas. That's Derby Devils that are from Dallas. Where are the Killer Bees from? Somebody knows. Somewhere in this packet of papers in front of me, I'm going to find that information. Or not. Apparently not.
Thumbs up from the medics corner. Thumbs up from the officials. We are ready for action. All right, that's the whistle. Stitches going up. Graycon, the Destroyer, slipped through. Looks like Graycon's going to be the jammer. And Stitches zigzagging, trying to get around that last defender. Almost made it, but nudged out of bounds. So they've got to go to the back of the pack. Meanwhile, Graycon sweeps around for big 4 points for the Bees. And Graycon's come up against a wall of defenders, trying to make their way around. Squeezing through the inside a little bit. Knocked down, but pops right back up. And Graycon found a way through finally, got past that last defender. So 4 more points for the Bees.
And the Killer Bees are in fact from Spokane, Washington.
Right, looks like a star pass has happened, so Blueberry Slam Cakes puts on the star cap. Graycon must have already had breakfast. No room for Slam Cakes, and ends the jam.
Leif Voorhees towing the line for the Renegades. Going up against Bubble Basher, number 88. The first time we've seen Bubble Basher jamming this game. Great defense by both teams. Doing everything they can to keep those jammers back, but
Hard pushes there. Ferdinand sends someone to the ground.
Slave Voorhees gets out in front to lead jammer for the Renegades.
Bubble Basher trying to get past those Renegade defenders. Little spin move to get around, and looks like they have earned a cut track penalty, though. Skate must have gone out of bounds, so that's going to be a half minute in the penalty box. And Slave Voorhees sweeps out in front, score some more points.
Power jam before the Renegades here.
And Slave Voorhees hits up hard against Ferdinand. Has to take a different approach. And decides that's going to be the end of that. She calls the jam.
Renegades requesting a timeout. Once again, big shout out to our sponsor, Pie Pizzeria. They've been supporting Derby right here at the Derby Depot since the Derby Depot opened. I really like the smoked oyster pizza from the Pie.
Haven't tried that one.
Well, unfortunately, I'm allergic to smoked oysters, but it's terrible because I love them and I can't eat them. So, yeah. But if you're like interested in a really different pizza experience, that's the one.
Yeah, worth trying out.
Looks like they're requesting a medic over here at the.
All right, looks like the Renegades are forfeiting, so that's going to be the end of this bout. Well, that's an unexpected end to this one, but let's make some noise for these players. Played a hard game here.
Here for the Renegades, they worked very, very hard and got to take care of themselves. It looks like that's what they made that decision. And, of course, make some noise for the Killer Bees.
Yep, that's got to be a tough decision to make, but you can be sure it's what they feel is in the best interest of the skaters. So that's a wrap for that one. We're going to figure out what happens next, but I think we're going to do the usual high five all the players before they leave the track. When we find out the schedule for the next bout, we will let you know.
If you didn't catch that, that was some really great sportsmanship. Bees doing a shout out to the Renegades. One of them yelling, "You guys are amazing."
All right, there they go. Give it up for the Renegades and the Bees.
I have never, I have never seen a game get seated before. Oh, there's only one more game after this? There's only one more game after this? I thought there were two more. Yeah,